Everybody, Christian Karasiewicz here, back with another time-saving technique. Today we're going to cover the filtering feature within Google's Gmail clients. Gmail is Google's version of email, and unlike Yahoo and Comcast and Hotmail and some of these other email clients that are out there, Google features a superior filtering feature within this email account. Today we're going to cover not only how to filter this, but I'm going to show you three different scenarios for messages you may want to filter. And those three scenarios are basically messages that you get from somebody, for instance, like a relative, a friend, a business associate, that you want to actually keep in your inbox, but you want to highlight them a little bit easier. Because instead of having, for instance, in this case, 13 emails to go through, I can just browse for certain labels, per se, and see just these messages from these people. The second one is going to be for people that send me emails on a monthly basis or weekly, daily, monthly basis. For instance, this could be something like Twitter, or in this case, this company called Widgetbox that's on here. I get emails from them, but these are messages I don't want to keep in my inbox. We're going to show you how to also filter those to where they never hit your inbox and you never see them. And then the last one is basically, how do I delete some of those messages I get that are constantly sent to me that I really don't want. And again, all in all, our ultimate goal is to shave off some precious time and to give us more free time to do different things instead of checking email. So let's get started. I'm going to start off by showing you how to set up a filter to delete messages you do not want to see in your inbox. And we're going to start off with this used car one that happens to be here. Obviously, I can select this email and I can click report spam, and this will tell Google, hey, adjust my spam filter because I don't really want the emails from this person. But there's another feature you can do. You can filter these. And to do this, you basically go in, you select the email you want to filter by clicking the checkbox, and you go to this option that says more actions, and we say filter messages like this. And what's going to happen is Google's going to load its own filtering software, kind of like a little step-by-step. You tell me what you want the criteria to be, and we will create the filter for you. In this case, this is their email address they've sent me. I don't ever want to get these emails, so I'm going to leave it at that. And I'm going to go in here, and there's a bunch of options here, but all we want to do is check the delete it box, and then click also apply the filter to one conversation below. If I did not check this box that's right here, it would only set the filter up for any any new emails that come in. By doing this now, it actually runs it on all of the messages I have in my account that are from this email address. So we check the box, also apply filter, and we click create filter, and it runs the filter, and look at that, disappeared. You will now no longer see any more emails from people that are at this particular address. Great feature. So the second feature I wanted to cover is how do I filter messages, in this case of Widgetbox. They sent me an email, they send me one every week, every month. I want to set up a filter to where I don't ever see their messages, but I still want to get them. So you check the box next to these, we go to the create a filter feature, and in this case, I'm going to actually put in the to box, or sorry, let's actually put in from, and we're going to put in the word, let's try this, let's put in widget box. And notice what I'm typing here is the same thing that they have put in here. We will click next step. And in this case, we want to, it's selected two messages. We want to do a number of things. One is let's apply a label. A label is basically just telling Google, hey, you know what? Think of it like when you put something in the freezer. You want to label it so that you can find it later on and you know what it is. So in this case, I don't have an email a label set up for Widgetbox, so we're going to create one. And and I'll tell you what this is going to do. So we're going to select Widgetbox, and we're going to tell Google, you know what? We want to skip the inbox, meaning we want to put it into a folder. We want to call that folder Widgetbox, okay? And we want to also apply it to these two messages that are here, and we want to click create filter. So also now those two emails have disappeared. Pretty nifty. But look at this. Down my left-hand column, I have a label now a label, aka really it's a folder called widget box. And I can click this and I can see all the messages that are in here that I've not read from this particular thing. To make this a little easier to see as well, you can click this drop down arrow and we can call it, we can actually give it a different color. So let's give it a purple color. So now this label, these emails are now in this widget box folder per se, and they're labeled purple to make it easier for me to pick them out of the lineup. Okay, so that's the second way. And what's going to happen now is anytime widget box sends me an email, it's automatically going to go into this folder, and I've left it to where I see that there are new emails. I don't have to go in here and constantly look for these emails. But in this case, I know that they're there. I see I have 200 messages, and I can click this, and I can actually see what's here. So pretty nifty. And now the third type of message we're going to filter. Let's say we're getting emails from, Aunt Kathy, for example. Like say this was an email from Aunt Kathy, and we want to actually filter all of her messages because we want to be able to see them throughout these other 10 messages that are in here. So again, you can filter messages two ways. You can click the checkbox, you can go to more actions, and you can say filter messages. Or you can actually, if you're viewing the message and you said, hey, I want to create a filter for Aunt Kathy. All I do is go in here and I click this arrow. Again, you can go in more actions or the right-hand arrow here and say filter messages like this. It picks up the email address that I have associated with this account. And I say next step, and we're going to say, you know what? I want to leave this in the inbox, and I want to apply the label of Aunt Kathy. And we're only going to apply it to this one message that's actually in here. Okay. This happens to be in my inbox, and I'm going to say create filter. And what this is going to do now is any message that gets sent from Aunt Kathy, or in this case, this email address, I'm going to get an email, and it's now going to automatically be put into Aunt Kathy. And again, like I suggested, you can go in and we can label this. Say Aunt Kathy's favorite color is red. Look at that. So anytime I get an email that happens to come in, I can label it automatically with Aunt Kathy. Let's just say this second message happened to be from Aunt Kathy as well. I can select it, and now I can go to this labels option, and I can put in Aunt Kathy. Pretty neat. Basically, so there you go. There you have it. That is using Google's filtering capabilities to filter your messages and actively save you some time when you're checking your email. Again, you can use this in a variety of different manners. I have hundreds of filters set up. And the great thing is, when I set them up, I can set them and I can really just forget it. I mean, because basically, the emails are automatically going to have the filters applied when they come into my inbox. No more wasting time having to go in and say, well, let me open this email, and then, okay, well, let me go in and let me open this one, and let me open this one. Again, I don't sit there and spend all this time clicking these emails. I have a filter that's automatically doing this for me. So there you have it. I hope you all enjoy this. If you have any other questions or need to know some other features or whatnot to Gmail, feel free to leave me a comment on my Facebook page or on this video, or send me a tweet. Thanks a lot. Bye.